In the beginning, the world was a silent and empty place, floating in the cold darkness of the universe. There was no sound, no movement, and no life. Then slowly, the sun cast its golden light across the young earth, warming its rough surface and awakening its hidden potential. The oceans shimmered with blue and silver waves, spreading wider each day as ancient clouds broke open with endless rainfall. Mountains rose from the ground like massive giants stretching after a long sleep, and rivers carved twisting paths across the land, shaping valleys and nurturing life. Forests began to spread like green blankets covering the earth, and the wind carried the scent of new beginnings. The world was transforming into a living, breathing creation. Deep within the oceans, tiny spark-like organisms floated and multiplied, unaware that they were the first steps in the long story of our world. These small beings changed form over millions of years, adapting and evolving with each new challenge. Some developed fins to swim faster, while others grew shells for protection. Many drifted toward the sunlight, feeding on the warmth and energy it provided. Over time, a courageous creature crawled out of the water and onto the land, leaving the ocean behind and stepping into a new era. This moment marked a turning point, for life began spreading across the land in shapes and sizes never seen before. Huge reptiles walked the earth with thunderous footsteps, shaking the ground beneath them. Birds with large wings soared high above the mountains, casting long shadows on the forests below. The world burst with color, movement, and sound. Yet Earth continued to face powerful natural forces. Volcanoes erupted, sending fire and ash into the sky. Earthquakes shook the land, reshaping mountains and creating new paths for rivers. Meteors fell from the sky, causing destruction but also clearing the way for new species to emerge. The great age of dinosaurs eventually came to an end, leaving the world quiet once again. But the silence did not last long. From the forests emerged small mammals that slowly grew smarter and more adaptable. These creatures learned to survive, communicate, and work together. With time, they developed intelligence, hands capable of crafting tools, and a curiosity that pushed them to explore the world around them. From these early mammals came the first humans, standing tall and observing the horizon with wonder. They lit the first fire, made the first tools, and carved the earliest stories onto cave walls. They hunted, gathered, and traveled across continents, facing challenges at every step. The world evolved, the climate shifted, and humans adapted, continuing to grow stronger and wiser. This marked the beginning of human history, a new chapter in the story of Earth, one that would shape everything that followed. As humans spread across the Earth, they discovered new lands, learned new skills, and built the foundations of society. Small groups formed, gathering food, creating simple shelters, and protecting each other from predators. Over time, they realized that staying in one place offered safety and stability. They began planting crops, raising animals, and building permanent homes. Villages formed near rivers where water flowed endlessly and the soil was rich for farming. People traded goods, shared knowledge, and established the first communities. From here, the journey of civilization truly began. In the fertile lands of Mesopotamia, people invented writing to record trade, stories, and important events. This changed everything. Knowledge no longer disappeared with time, it could be passed from one generation to another. In Egypt, along the Nile River, humans built grand pyramids that stood like monuments of determination and skill. These structures rose from the desert like human-made mountains. In China, ancient dynasties developed philosophies, systems of government, and powerful armies that shaped Asian history. In India, great cities flourished with art, mathematics, meditation, and complex cultures. As people gained knowledge, they shaped the world with innovation. Tools became sharper, houses became stronger, and societies became more organized. Humans formed laws, developed languages, and created traditions that guided everyday life. They explored oceans on wooden boats, crossed deserts on camels, and climbed mountains in search of new lands. Trade routes connected distant regions, bringing spices, metals, and ideas from one continent to another. Over time, the world felt smaller as people interacted, shared inventions, and learned from one another. Civilizations grew powerful, and with power came conflict. Kingdoms fought for control over land and resources. Empires rose with strength and pride but eventually fell to internal struggles or invading forces. New leaders replaced old rulers, and new cultures blended with older ones. Yet despite wars, humanity continued marching forward. Knowledge expanded. Mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy all grew with time. Great thinkers questioned the world, searching for deeper understanding. As centuries passed, new ages arrived. People discovered how to use metals like bronze and iron. They built roads that connected cities, invented machines that made life easier, and created music, art, and literature. Explorers sailed across oceans to discover unknown continents. Scientists developed new tools to study the universe. The world rapidly changed during the industrial era as machines powered factories, trains connected countries, and inventions like electricity and telegraphs transformed daily life. As modern times approached, humanity entered a new age of technology. Airplanes flew across the world, computers processed information faster than ever, and communication connected all nations. Humans traveled to space and looked back at Earth as a small, beautiful planet floating in darkness. Today, our world carries the weight of billions of years of history and thousands of years of human imagination. The story continues every day, shaped by new ideas, discoveries, and dreams.